Louis, I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Hello, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. I don't know where you're watching this. How's everyone doing? How are y'all feeling this evening? Are we feeling good? I'm feeling good. I don't know if you guys are feeling good. I'm feeling fantastic. England lost the Euro final, and I am sad about that, but I'm not English, so the sadness did not overwhelm me. I am very much Canadian. We were not in any soccer final ever, double ever. So I am not overwhelmed with emotion that England lost. My English friends, though, I felt like they were going to stab me through my phone, even though I was cheering for their team. How's everyone doing? There's loads of people here. Everyone gets a and
my man.
Corbacero, Beach Bum, Cap Circle. Cap Circle's got a new puppy. What the? We got a new puppy in the clan. Our crew here has a new puppy. What is your puppy's name? Oh, Canadian women's soccer is incredible. Canadian women's soccer is absolutely incredible. Absolutely. We do frequently make finals in women's soccer, and we frequently lose to the United States of America, which sucks. But you are correct that it does happen. It was what a Euros, though. Okay, also, my hair needs to stop. My hair needs to stop this. Madness. I dealt with this before the stream. I sprayed my hair down, I combed it back, like just stay behind my forehead. That's all you need to do. Just stay, my ears are there so you can just tuck behind it. What a mad lad late night stream, dude. Euro final got in the way. I don't want to stream during the Civ show, but I gotta stream during the Civ show. A man's gotta do what a man's gotta do. The Euro final was awesome. It was incredible. Congrats, Kyle, on Italy winning. They deserve to win. They definitely deserve to win. Not really sure why Sacco was taking the fifth penalty, but hey, you know what? That's fine. It's all good. Italy wins, England loses. A fair result. I think 2-1 on pens is fair. Arrowhead's back with the Prime 2 for 6 months.
Hell yeah, brother.
I think 2-1 on pens is a fair result for that game, and I think it was a good game. I'm not happy that Italy won, but I'm not upset either. They deserved it. And most of what I like in sports is a fair game. You know what? Look, what we got from the Euro final, and most of the Euros, fair matches, good officiating, good effort by the players, like mostly no obscene bullshit. There's a few touchy calls, touchy dives here or there, you know, but like mostly just nothing obscene, like just a very well-run competitive tournament. And that's what I'm all about, and I enjoyed that. Was one of the best tournaments, so that's how I feel about it. One of the best tournaments overall in a while. Very competitive. When it wasn't competitive, it was fun to watch. The officiating was generally good, which is more than we get in the Premier League, which is mostly what I watch. And I enjoyed the whole tournament. And I'm sad that England lost. I wanted England to win. I was rooting for England. I got very drunk earlier today, and the reason why we're streaming late is because I needed 4 hours to water it down before we could come online. What do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9, 10. 10 beers and half a bottle of wine was my diet today so far. So I needed a minute, but we're back. We're good. The ref today was great. Perfect officiating. You know, he's there, he's making decisions, he's present, but he's not the star of the show. The ref should never be the star of the show. Great officiating. Linesmen were great too. I don't think they missed one offside call. And that's hard to do. I think being a linesman is harder than being the ref. Because you have to look at two places at once. You literally have to look at where the ball's being kicked and where the person standing is at the same time. And sometimes those are 50 yards apart. Even if you're 20 yards away, your peripheral vision needs to be absolutely incredible. And the linesmen were on point too, not just the ref. So everything was great. What we're doing today is I'm recording a series for YouTube, and I'm re-recording the How to Win series. There's a few differences. Let's actually do this. I can't do this with the game audio because DMCA stuff. And as much as I love not being a sellout, I also like getting paid for my YouTube videos, so I can pay Anvars and pay down my student loans. So we're going to do this without the game audio for the first bit so I don't get DMCA'd, you know? You know how she works. Do I have a template for this? I think I have a template for this. I do. Okay, cool. Good stuff. All hail Anvars. Absolutely. We all hail Anvars here. Twitch.tv/VanBradley. All right, let's record some stuff. This is going on YouTube. So what we're doing today is way more tutorial-y. It's way more, you know, that Bob Ross vibe we got from last time I was doing a tutorial in the first 50 turns tutorial that I recorded. By the way, that's popping off. One sec. Can I show you guys? Can I show you guys how off that's popping? Because y'all seem to love it. I don't know if y'all on Twitch are the same y'all on YouTube, but you guys are crazy. Let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at YouTube for a minute. Let's just take a look. I like to check in. You guys have given me in the last 28 days $411 American in revenue. Killing it. Thank you. 14.2 thousand views. Does it give me the comparison? On my phone, it gives me the comparison. Yeah, okay, here it is. The next best in 3 days is 4,000. And this one has 14,000. The Pokemon episodes are at the bottom. That's not shocking. But the next best is the Pantheon tier list. And that's that's a cheeky 30% of the views. So, you guys are liking this video. Anyways, that was the last video I recorded on stream for YouTube. And what we're doing is we are re-recording the How to Win series. You know, a lot has happened since the How to Win series came out. Frontier Pass has come out. I've played a lot more of the game. There's some new stuff happening. There's some game modes that are pretty fun, so we're going to re-record that series. It's me, Tutorial Neater. Billy, you're in the right place today. This is fully a tutorial stream. This is not a super memey fun stream like it normally is. We're going full tutorial stream. And then wherever we can fit in some memes and fun times, we will. Because we are streaming, right? That's the difference between the last time and this time is we are streaming. Anvars will be eating steak and lobster. Yes. The way it should be to be. Not only, okay, you guys don't understand Anvars' job. I didn't understand Anvars' job. Anvars has just taken this up at his job. He is not only the editor, he's like my chief of staff. I frequently forget shit all the time. He is the only one who actually fully functionally keeps the schedule going. He is the only one that remembers I need to record videos, I need to have them uploaded, that he needs to edit them, that there needs to be thumbnails made, right? Like, he's the only person. He does all the titles now. That wasn't part of his job description. He just does them because he's awesome. Right? Like, Anvars just uploads the video to YouTube straight now, does the titles, does the descriptions, all of it. He's literally like the chief of staff of Van Bradley and also the editor. So yes, he can have steak and lobster. I did send him a bonus one time. Sometimes the payouts aren't big enough to give like loads of extra cash to Anvars because I do have other stuff to pay for as well. But when I can, I think I gave him $50 one time or something. Like, hey, thanks, man. Like an extra on top of what he gets paid. So what you're saying is he's more Van Bradley than you are. What I'm saying is nothing happens without a team. Right? Nothing happens without a team effort. Right? And so I'm just giving Anvars due credit for the immense role he plays as part of the duo that is twitch.tv/VanBradley. That's all I'm doing. Yeah, Yeah, he's the man. He's the chief of staff. He's the chief of staff. Like, a president can't function without a good chief of staff, right? And while Almvar's being the chief of staff is rather accidental, it is how it's worked out, and he's fucking great at it. Right? Like, that's his whole role. He is incredible. All right, now what we're going to do is actually play some Civ. I got, 2 hours to record 100 turns of Civ. So let's do this. Are we ready for it? We haven't done a YouTube intro in a fucking long time. Hello everybody, Bradley here, and welcome back to the re-recorded, new, updated version of the How to Win tutorial series being played on Civilization 6. Hell yeah, that was a good one. That was good. That was smart. In the brain. I don't have a script or anything for this. I'm just going for it. If you haven't caught the last tutorial series, I went through and I did every victory except for the diplomatic victory. For all you Diplo heads out there, I apologize. I had completely forgotten. But I did record a series that went over how to win each victory type in Civilization. It went over turns 1 to 100, kind of the early game, 100 to 150-ish, that mid-game period, and 150 to the end of the game, that end game period. And we're going to re-record them right now. There's a few differences from last time, though. The first difference is we are live streaming now, twitch.tv/VanBradley. This is all happening live. That link is in the description. The next change is we are doing this on Deity instead of on Prince. You guys have been asking for it. Well, here it is. We are playing a How to Win series on Deity. The next change up is the Frontier Pass has come out. The last time I recorded these, the Frontier Pass had not come out. Now we have a whole bunch of new content, some new leaders, some new game modes, some new map types, all of that kind of stuff, and we are going to be featuring that as part of the series. But without further ado, today we are starting with Germany and doing our first 100 turns of a science victory. Killing the intro. I'm absolutely killing the intro, guys. It's kind of weird without the music. I'm not gonna lie, it is kind of weird without the music, but we can't have music in the game. Once we're in the game, we can have music, but we can't have this intro song. For whatever reason, this intro song is DMCA'd, so we cannot have it. Are we good? We're good. To accomplish our science victory on Deity, we are going with our trusted handy-dandy Freddy Barbarossa here. Last time we did every victory type on Rome, and that was to showcase just how good Rome is as a beginner Civ. You know, you're playing on Prince, you want to get into Civ, pick Rome, I recommend Rome. But now we're going to experiment, so we're going to do each victory type on a different civilization. There are loads of good choices for a science victory. You can go with some of those science Civs like Korea, for example. What I'm going to do instead, though, is I'm going to go for a production-focused Civ. So much of the science victory is based in that end game production, and I think Freddy here of Germany gives us that a late game production we're looking for, so I'm really excited about that. To set up the game, though, I know you guys are probably asking, you know, what kind of game mode are you doing? I recommend setting up your games to benefit you. Some people will, in different degrees, say this is cheating or whatever, but look, we're playing on Deity. I'm going to pick a Highlands map. I think we picked a Highlands map here. Where's the map type? We did pick a Highlands map. The reason why we're picking a Highlands map is because we want lots of hills, we want a little bit of space, we want lots of opportunities for a good Ruhr Valley. The Highlands map is in the game, so we're going to take advantage of the Highlands map type here. So we have a Highlands map type. Map type is going to be small, or the map size is going to be small. There's a few other leaders. They're going to be random, though. Everything else is standard here. I've turned on monopolies and corporations and secret societies. Those are two rather fun game modes. I think turning on heroes kind of breaks the game a little bit. I think monopolies and secret societies adds to the game and gives us more interesting choices without completely breaking the strategy, whereas I feel like heroes can sometimes just break the strategy, so we're not going to play with heroes, but these are our game modes here. Otherwise, everything is standard, everything is normal, and let's get into the game. Elliot, what's up? I'm not reading a script. I don't have scripts. I hate scripts. Scripts suck. But I am not looking at chat for this portion. What's up, though? Now we're back. Now we're good. Now we can have Sean Bean. Now we have audio. Timorius is here.
to
Yo,
man taking his
yo,
first upright steps.
yo. Seeing behind the edit curtains, this is what it looks like.
Now begins your greatest quest.
Onvars is running the teleprompter. If we had a teleprompter, Onvars would be running it. By the time we have a teleprompter, though, I'll probably need to pay 2 people instead of just Onvars. One day I'll be able to pay 2 people.
Your task is to forge the independent states that surround you into an empire. You are blessed to be a great military leader. Use those.
Well, yeah, I
skills
pre-roll the
to
starts to make it
convince
efficient.
sway, so that they may develop into commercial and industrial.
This start is really good, by the way. I did pick a really good start. I have no idea what's around us, but if you can't win a science victory with this start, I don't know what you're doing. So we should be good. Only 63,000 from Hall of Fame. Here we go. Here we go. All right, YouTube, make sure you say hi to Twitch. Twitch, make sure you say hi to YouTube. I know they can't see you, but what? You know what? Whatever. Say hi anyways. We are here with our Germany game. Now, I have rolled a pretty good start here with the settings that we just talked about. I recommend if you're playing on Deity, roll yourselves a good start. You know, a lot of people will say, you suck at civilization if you re-roll your starts. But really, what they're saying is like, hey, you don't want to have fun for 8 hours? How lame. A Civ game lasts 8 hours, 6 to 8 hours for most people, right? If you're playing on Deity, the game is already hard enough. Just roll yourself a good start. What are you doing? Just click restart a few times until you have a good start. There's no reason to torture yourself. This game is hard enough and complicated enough as it is. A good start gets you a lot of the way towards winning a game of Civilization. So if you are frequently losing your games of Civilization or they're taking forever, maybe it's just the fact that you insist on playing on bad starts when you don't need to. Now, if you're here for that challenge, if you're playing Civ for the challenge of a bad start, then go for it. All I'm saying is that if you watch these videos and you would like someone to give you permission to re-roll until you get a good start so you don't feel bad about cheating or whatever it is, people, like, it's not cheating, it's in the game, have fun, restart. Don't torture yourself with a bad start. This game is already hard enough. What is the seed on the bottom of advanced anyway? Oh, you guys can look at it. Where do I show the seeds? How do I show the seeds? Oh, there it is. So you guys can see the seeds if you would like. There are the map seeds. When we're looking for our starting location here, especially on Deity, you know, we're going to settle this 2-2 tile right here. This start gives us everything we want. An early 2-2-3 to work, a 2-2 settle, some fresh water, lots of chops around if we want to build wonders, a really early industry for monopolies and corporations mode. This start's giving us everything we are looking for, so we are going to settle right in place. And huzzah, we have Atchen or Atkin or however you say it in German. Feel free to let me know in the comments. We are here and we are off to the races on our science victory. We'd like to make sure we are working this 2-2-1 tile. It's going to give us a mix of food, production, and gold, which is a little bit extra here, and that is awesome for us. Let's go for... I'm a big fan of animal husbandry early on Deity because it leads towards archery, and if the Deity AI are going to come and get you, having some archers in your cities isn't a terrible idea. It doesn't look like we're going to be able to get a Toa, though. I think that animal husbandry is still the first way to go, kind of regardless. And then with our warrior and the scout we're going to build, we are going to just scout around the map. Knowledge is power. The more of the map you can see, the better information you have to make choices. The more first meets you get, the more goodie huts you get. Scouting early on, whether you're on Prince or Deity or anywhere in between, is very, very important. Not every day you get to watch Jordan Pickford stream Civ 6. Absolutely. This is a very, very good start. We have met Valletta early on. Hopefully that's a first meet there. We have also discovered Owls of Minerva. Very, very important to get our secret society going as well. It's going to give us our first governor appointment. With Valletta here, we did get a first meet, so we're going to get +1 production in the capital and in every city with the barracks are stable when producing units. So that's awesome. We are going to get +1 production here. I'm not sure if we want to go Owls of Minerva yet, but we do have at least an interesting choice to make. The quest here is to construct a preserve district, which I really don't want to do. I think we're going to be able to Suze Valletta anyway when we want to. I think really early on, the extra science and the extra culture is really critical in helping us out for catching up to the Deity AI. I know it's a bit of a lame duck choice, but I'm going to go Pingala early on in action. I think that's going to feel pretty good. We might go vampires. I mean, vampires are my preferred choice. I prefer vampires for sure. This start is very good. As we take a look at our initial tiles here, there's lots of good stuff going on. Another industry down here with a 2-2-1 tile to work. Another 2-2 settle over here. So this starts to look like a good second city, you know, on fresh water. 2-2 settle has some good tiles to work. Very similar to our capital. So that's looking really good. You know, no one's going to be able to come and get us here. It does take some tiles away from the capital, but I'm not too worried about that at all. Overall, what we're focused on early on is just getting ourselves set up in this game. You know, the first 100 turns are those turns where you're getting your empire set up. After turn 100, we can start really economizing for a science victory. But before that, we're just looking to get some good cities set up, and this is a very good second city. It's a bit of a risk, but I think going for the monument here is a great idea. The extra culture is going to be very, very helpful. We can't build that settler yet, but because the settler doesn't have too far to go, I'm feeling pretty safe in this moment with not having to have a huge army to defend it.
Son, have you seen
Ooh, E-kill, yes. Yo. Woo! All right, this start is fantastic. I did not realize the start was this good. So having, okay, maybe this isn't as good. Having 3 tiles of the E-kill taken up by mountains really sucks. What the E-kill is good at is giving you extra production towards districts that are on tiles next to it, but at least it gives us something to work with here, right? We know we have 1, 2, 3 spots where if we do want to build districts, they are going to cost less production, so it's good to keep in mind. It also does give us a holy site boost, which is awesome. I don't really want my units going in the same direction. I'd rather just scout out different parts of the map, and huzzah, here's why. You never know where the barbs are going to come from. You never know where the other AI is going to come from. So scouting out in multiple directions at the same time is usually a great idea. We just discovered a second continent, which is great. Where's our continent lens here? So we have Kenor land where we settled, and Colombia. Knowing where Colombia is important because other continents open you up to more luxury resources, which opens you up to more amenities. So it's just good to know that there's a second continent around. That's going to be very helpful for us as we move towards a science victory here.
I am fond of pigs.
As we look around this map, I'm really starting to like the vampire castles. Later in the science victory, we are going to need a lot of production. We have a lot of space race stuff we got to launch into the sky, and that takes a lot of production. Building spaceports also takes a lot of production. We know we're not going to have Hercules to help us, and so vampire castles are starting to look like a really interesting choice to kind of help us get that production. We found a goodie hut and a barb camp, both very helpful early on for boosts, for extra builders, scouts, gold, faith, all kinds of stuff. So this is great so far. So far, so good. It doesn't look like I'm going to need archery early on. Pottery is an interesting choice because I do want some early campuses. I don't think I need a religion. Mining is also an interesting choice because it allows us to chop woods. We have one chop right here. This might be a good campus. Part of what makes Germany awesome for a science victory is you can build extra districts. Now, we're going to be using these Hansas here for the production we need later on with the Ruhr Valley to get all of our spaceport stuff down. So this is going to be very helpful, but building the extra districts that we normally can't get with other civilizations is going to be great as well. So starting to think about where we want to put those districts, how we want to use those chops, very important early on in Deity because you want to be as efficient as possible. Ooh, jet amiga.
Yo.
Woo! All right, so we found another civ. Finding another civ on Deity, very, very stressful because you don't know if they're going to form a murder goon squad and come to ruin your life. There's a few things you can do to make this a little bit easier. We can see her capital now. She is fairly far away. It looks like there's a mountain range in the way, which is awesome for us. If you take a look at this friendship screen here, we have -5 for some kind of unknown reason. It's not going to tell us yet, but if we send her a delegation of 25 gold, she's going to get that 25 gold. We are going to gain +3 on that score, though, which is very, very nice. We also have +11 gold per turn, which is more than enough. So we're feeling pretty good so far with this early kind of establishing of our relationship here. You have to remember, these early turns aren't about going for the science victory at all. They're just about establishing a good kind of setup for our empire, and then we can focus on the science victory later. So sending this delegation is definitely part of that. It'll help them not want to murder us, which is a very important part of Deity. The next thing we want to do is make sure we actually have vision and a road through to her cities. Getting a road through to her cities will allow us to establish a trade route. A trade route will add more kind of pluses to this plus screen here, which is very important. Once she's friendly with us, she won't want to come and murder us, and trade routes are also very advantageous, so we're going to do that. I'm going to avoid attacking here until we get Code of Laws. If you're playing on Deity, it's all about trying to be as efficient as possible. Why attack the barbarians now when I'm going to get a huge defeat, instead of when I can get this +5 combat strength when fighting barbarians later? It doesn't really make sense to hit them now. I'm just going to focus on this goody hut. And we earned some experience, so we're getting a promotion here, which is not the best, but it's not bad either. Good decisions all around so far. I think we are more than ready in 9 turns to settle this second city. This is a great city. We want to get it down right away. We want to be working this extra culture, and the food and production is also fantastic. So let's get that settler going. I think we'll be fine. Defending with 1 promoted warrior seems like it's going to work. We'll see how we go. We will have enough to purchase another unit if we absolutely need to, though. Germany gives us an extra red card, so we'll just put both in. But God King is a huge choice for us here because it's going to give us that +1 faith for a Pantheon. If you're playing on any difficulty, this God King choice early on is necessary to make sure you get a Pantheon as soon as possible. Now you can see with the promotion, which was kind of accidental, but hey, good choices are good choices. The promotion is accidental, but we got that +5 now. Now it's a major victory. We should be able to clear these barbs fairly easily. How are you guys on Twitch liking this style? Do you guys like this tutorial-y style from me? Is this like Twitchable? Are you guys vibing with this? Sometimes I don't know. It's a bit of a risk to stream this, but I didn't want to leave you guys out in the cold either. Very good so far. You guys are digging it. Good, good, good. When you're looking at what to pick for science and culture in the trees, mostly you want to be as efficient as possible. So all of this stuff is good stuff. We want trade routes, we want government plazas, we want early empire for the settler boost, we want an early government. Like, we want all of this stuff. You're always going to want all of it. But each thing has a boost here, and your ability to get these boosts and what you're going to need specifically will change in every game. Because we can build extra districts early on and just throughout the game, the government plaza becomes so much more valuable to us because we don't have to take up an extra district slot for it. It just kind of exists and is awesome, right? Because we have that extra district slot built in as Germany, so you don't feel quite as bad building the government plaza early on. So this becomes slightly more important. We do want to start pumping out some settlers, so maybe colonization here is important. We know we don't have any preserve tiles, so maybe we don't want to go down here, but we do have a good oracle tile in our empire, so we have to make some choices. But here, this one's pretty simple. We have a trade route, we have the boost. This not only gives us something we're looking for, but also gives us more time to boost this other stuff that we want as well. It gives me more time to meet 3 city-states, more time to build a district, more time to clear a barbarian outpost, more time to improve 3 tiles. So throughout the game, I'm not going to pause on every time we pick something in the tech tree, but we're always going through and just picking the next thing we need while trying to be as efficient as possible is kind of my mentality going through this. So we're always looking for boosts. We're always trying to buy ourselves some time to get as many boosts as possible. And this is the perfect example of A, getting something we want, while B, also buying time to get these boosts here. let's clear this barb camp. That's going to give us a little bit of gold, a little bit of era score. It's going to start counting towards this 3 barbarian boost here, which is very, very important. We have our campus boost, also very important. It's probably time to start thinking about some wonders we might want. We have a good oracle spot here. We know we don't have a Temple of Artemis spot. We know we don't have a pyramid spot. So oracle starts to become the next, it is the best of those 3 wonders, but it starts to become something we can really prioritize because we don't have any other wonder options. We have lots of production to get it. We might have a pyramids tile up here as well, but we can start wrapping our heads around what wonders might be available for us to pick. Like a Temenonki or a Great Bath or something is useless for us, and we don't need it, and we probably can't get it. So it's good to start kind of part of playing Civ on Deity is there's so much in this game. There's so much stuff to do all the time. Starting to just eliminate the things that you know you probably can't do, like pyramids gone, Great Bath gone, a Temenonki gone. Just really eliminating the things you don't think you can do helps you focus on the things you can do and kind of keeps you just ready to prioritize those things instead of feeling overwhelmed. And so I'm starting to think about the Oracle as a play here. It's going to give us some great scientists that we need. It's going to give us some great engineers that we're going to need later on in this victory condition, and it's something we can do, it's something we can get, so we're starting to make a play for that, I think. Jadviga is stoked that we cleared those barbarians. Heck yeah. Hello, friend. Do you want to be friends now? Early on Deity, there's very few times I won't accept friendship with people if they'll take it. We're still unfriendly? Yo, that's a +4. That's a +4. What is this? What is this nonsense? I humbly decline your offer. Math is hard. Firaxis, get your math together, man. That's a +4. We were at -5. Now we're +4. Ugh. We don't need archery right away. Like I said, with efficiency, we probably want this boost later. So let's just go pottery. We don't need any of this stuff right now. Pottery's fine. Do we have any horses? Horses are great early tiles, especially on flatland here. They're up here. The reason why we want to look for horses is because they're good 2-2 tiles. Once you work them, they're worth even more food and production. But also having the actual horses to trade is valuable for money. So yeah, that kind of sucks. We also need to start looking on working these cocoa tiles, which leads us into irrigation. We can't boost irrigation. Oh, we could boost irrigation by working this wheat, actually. And I don't think I'm going to put anything on this tile early on because all of our districts will go in between our cities here. So I think maybe working this wheat might be worth it if we purchase a builder. I'm going to purchase a trader first, but we'll see how we go here. So I actually want Jadviga to settle right around this river here. It's not a place I'm going to be able to settle anyway, but it is a place I might be able to reach with a trade route, which would make her happier. She's like fully trapped in these mountains. This is awesome. So this is a fairly fortunate start. You know, I only looked at this kind of initial 6 tiles. In terms of who's around us, this is great. But hey, sometimes you roll lucky, sometimes you don't. This is why re-rolling for a good start is great. We're going to get an awesome start in this game. I think our 3rd city is going to go by this Ekeal here. But let's see what we can do in planning some districts in this area.
That's the positive aspect of trade, I suppose.
Foreign trade is finished now, and Jadviga has not settled kind of nearby us yet, which means she's probably not going to. We have 15 tiles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So if she settles up here, we're not going to be able to reach early on, so we might want to get a trader just to trade with Valletta. It's a nice short trade route. It might be worth us grabbing. It gives us the gold. I think either way a trade route's worth getting, so I think we buy this trader no matter what. It does kind of suck if we can't get it with Jadviga though. We know we're going to improve 3 tiles. It's going to take a minute though, because we want to improve the wheat to get the boost and then improve the 2 cocoa. So it's going to take a minute to get there. We also want to improve this silk. But what that does leave us to do is it does leave us to pick something else in the tech tree. We know we're going to found a pantheon. We can't go up to military tradition without this. So it looks like early on we might have to just hard tech. We can go early empire. Let's go halfway through early empire. Again, we want to be efficient. If we go halfway through early empire, it buys us time to get this boost here and this boost here. So let's try that. I mean, yeah, I just think we trade with Valletta. Why not? Quick, short, easy trade route. Our new city is not going to need an internal one for food and production. We're going to get some gold here, so that's awesome. I think boosting currency is great as well. It's not a road we need specifically. Sometimes you want your trade routes to have roads, but hey, it works for us, so we're happy. So we've got that monument going, we've got that culture, we've got that early settler. I think now is the time to build a builder. We want to work this wheat tile, we want to get these cocoa tiles. We could grab a builder in, what is that math? 7 turns. Now this does come against it, getting another settler right over here might be a great idea as well. I think on the whole, though, getting this builder is quite important. We don't even need to work the wheat. We can actually work this rice here, which might be the better tile to work early on, but we'll plan some districts soon and then we can make a decision. All right, stream, let's plan these districts. How do we want to plan these districts here? I think a good government plaza is central to all of this. Now what sucks is you want a commercial hub on this river, right? That's kind of what sucks about the whole thing, is you want a commercial hub on the river. Well, let's put a government plaza in the middle. I think that's the best place for it to start. Let's put a government plaza in the middle. I mean, you could do that. It's not super efficient for your commercial hub, but it isn't too terrible. Then you throw a campus here. Cool, that's pretty good. That's a good start, good campus, good Hansa, good commercial hub, that's not terrible. Moving to the other side of this whole thing. You might be able to do a similar thing here. Instead of the commercial hub, though, you could go for the aqueduct. Yeah, I think you do campus on either side of the mountain. I think you just do the reverse here, to be honest. I think you honestly just do the reverse. I mean, this isn't perfect, but it gets the job done. It gets the job done early on. You got a couple of good campuses, especially if you build an oracle here. Now, the only other thing is this is going to be our oracle tile. So this isn't the best oracle tile. Or this isn't the best commercial hub if we want to build an oracle. We also have to keep in mind we need a Ruhr Valley. Right, and I'm trying to think of which city makes the most sense. This city looks pretty good for a Ruhr Valley, our capital. Yeah, I'm just thinking about this, Arrowhead. I'm just thinking about this right now. This is why the planning is important. Because what we want is a Ruhr Valley. This city also looks good for a Ruhr Valley. Getting it in the capital with vampire castles would be the best. Although it looks like we might not get vampires for a while, right? I mean, it's only a +2, but it's fine. Now, if you put the commercial hubs here, does it become a +3? It does. So this one becomes a +3 here. It allows you to put the Ruhr Valley. Oh, but then that's the Oracle. That's the thing, is it doesn't... Because you definitely want the Ruhr Valley and the vampire castles to be together. Oh, boy. I mean, also, anywhere you build the Oracle takes up a mine slot. Yeah, Oracle by the Lake isn't too bad either. Gives you a good theater square city over here.
Obi-Wan.
Whoa, Casnadian!
Late
Yo.
Sunday stream hype.
Yeah, let's plan this out a little bit. Casnadian, welcome back in for 8 months! Yeah, here we go.
Hell yeah, brother.
Let's just chuck the Oracle over there for now, while we're planning. I don't hate it. You get 1 chop, 2 chops for the Oracle here. Ruhr Valley goes here. 2 really good tiles to work. You don't have the best commercial hubs, but you don't need the best commercial hubs. This isn't a commercial hub game, right? You have 2 decent campuses. I don't hate this. You have 2 good Hansas. It gives you the aqueduct here. Gives you the aqueduct there to make this a +8. You can get a cool dam industrial zone thing going on up here. Same down here. It then gives you, 1 sec, 1, 2, 3, 4? I mean, it doesn't make the most use of the E keel tiles. 1, 2, 3, 4. But you could then throw another Hansa right here. That's a +4 pretty easily. That becomes a +7. Probably put a Diplo square right here as well, a Diplo quarter next to the E-keel. That wouldn't feel terrible. You heard about the VB show in August. Is that an announced thing? I didn't know that one. So here's what happened. Here's what happened. Zozo messaged me today. Wait, is this an actual confirmed thing? Because I just thought Zozo was asking whether I do it or not. I didn't think it was going to be a confirmed thing. That's awesome. The VB show, I didn't know that was a confirmed thing. And normally Moy is the organizer of the group. So when Zoe texted me, I thought he was just getting my opinion on it. He's like, hey, do you want to be on every Civ show? He's like, hey, do you want to be in every Civ show in August? Do you want to just be like the VB Civ show month? And I was like, absolutely, that sounds great. But then that's all that happened, because Moy's normally the organizer. I thought Zoe was just coming up with some idea. I didn't know if it was going to be a thing or not. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I don't want to confirm anything, because I've not been told that's a thing. But if I'm on the Civ show in August, then you've heard it here first. If I'm not, then you haven't heard it here first. Can you swap the third city IZ and commercial hub to Aqueduct? I can do that. I can do that indeed. The problem is I don't really need an Aqueduct here. Can you swap the third city IZ and commercial hub to Aqueduct? I can't settle closer though, so the Aqueduct would have to go here. The IZ would have to go here. I think this is fine for now. It's all like, so we'll get to the tutorial part of this where I'm about to talk about this. And then maybe it'll make more sense why I'm doing it this way. All right, so we've done a little planning here, and planning is really important. I highly encourage you, if you're playing on PC, to download some mods that help you with the planning. It really helps you understand the game. We're running today with a policy card mod that lets us know what our policy cards do in terms of what yields they're giving us. We're running a pin mod that the pins let us know what they do in terms of yields as we plan things. So here's our rough plan. What we need for a science victory is we're going to need campuses that are good and lots of Hansas that are good. We want lots of production, lots of science. Next up, we need some gold, we need some culture, we need some trade routes, so, we want a Diplo quarter, those types of things. So when you make plans, it's important not to get too attached to them, right? It's important not to get too attached because you could discover iron, and iron could be right here where this Ruhr Valley is going to go, and then boom, your plan is busted. Right, you can't put a Ruhr Valley here if iron's here. So that would be very unfortunate if that happened, but hey, plans sometimes get ruined. But it is important to have a plan so you can see if where you're going is correct. It gives you a chance to correct your thinking before you even get there. And I'm lucky because I have how many people right now? I have over 50 people right now helping me out in the chat to make this plan, so that's very helpful for me. You may not have 50 people helping you out, but knowing where your cities are going to go, knowing what district setup you're hoping for, Germany gets some extra boost for having commercial hubs next to Hansas. We're going to get this good government plaza in. We want the good early Diplo quarter here. It's going to be quite helpful. We want to make a space for our Oracle. We want to make a space for our Ruhr Valley. But this plan might change. Just because you put the pin on the map does not mean you have to marry the plan. It's just a plan. It might change, right? We haven't even settled any of these cities yet, but it's good to have a plan. So we're rocking with this one. A couple of good campuses, some really good Hansas, it's okay commercial hubs, but hey, the commercial hubs are not the focus of this game. They're just there to make the Hansas better and give us some trade routes. And in that job, they do it very effectively. For some reason, the policy card mod is broken for me. You have both mods. That sucks. I don't know how to help you with that. Someone in the chat right now likes the Great Zimbabwe. Hi, YouTube. Someone in chat's like Great Zimbabwe hype. We do have a Great Zimbabwe. Where's the cattle? We could put the Great Zimbabwe here. Here, I'll put the pin down. You know what? Just for you guys, I'm going to put the Great Zimbabwe pin down. Where's that at? Just because you guys are watching right now. I don't even know where the pin is. This tells you how much I've built the Great Zimbabwe. I will promise that if we can build the Great Zimbabwe, here it is. If we can build the Great Zimbabwe, we will. Oh, but we can't because I'm putting in a Hansa there. Get out of here. I'm putting a Hansa there. Anyways. I still think grabbing this builder is a good idea. I just don't know if we'll have irrigation by the time we get there. Although we can go halfway through it. We can go halfway through irrigation by the time we get there. And that gives us time as well to go for mysticism to get the oracle. Let's go there instead. We'll still boost this. Let's go towards mysticism because we know we're going to want the oracle and we know we're going to found a pantheon in... Oh, that's still a while. We're going to go halfway through mysticism because we know we're going to finish it with our pantheon. Oh, there's another cattle. Holy smokes. Holy smokes, it's happening, ladies and gentlemen. VB immediately breaks his promise. Unsubscribe. I would unsubscribe for myself. To be perfectly fair to myself and to you guys, I would unsubscribe for me. I'm the worst cheater ever.
I thought claim.
So Poznan did end up... Okay, Poznan didn't settle on fresh water or anything, but hey, you know, you win some, you lose some if you're Jadviga. It kind of sucks because we didn't get a trade route. She's definitely close enough, and we've already got the trade route with Valletta. She's not grumpy anymore, though. Will she make friends? Of course she will. So there we go. A little bit of diplomacy. We've got our friendship with Jadviga, so she won't murder us for at least 30 turns, which is exciting. And we can go on living our lives, settling our cities, having a grand old time. I am late today. Yeah. I got pretty tipsy watching the Euro final. And now we're here. I'm going to build a monument early on here. Getting that extra culture starts to feel pretty fantastic. We only have one warrior, but he's a useful lad. We're going to send him over to this third city. This builder's almost done. We are going to build on this wheat instead of on the rice because we know we're going to put something on the rice later, so no reason to build on that. We're going to build on the wheat. That'll give us the boost for irrigation. Then we can get two plantations here. Obviously, the plantation pantheon would be the absolute best right now because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plantations kind of in our area, but we'll work on that when we get there. I did make two say I had a busy day. I was in England. I was in London at Wembley, you know, making saves in the penalty shootout. Too bad England couldn't bring it home. I did my best. So far, so good. There's not a lot of people who can mess with us, so I'm just going to go for that third settler. I think we have 3 really good cities early on, and if we can get these down with 3 settlers, I think that gives us enough time to kind of start focusing on other things. After that, you know, 3 good cities to start is fantastic. We're going to have those by turn 50. We're only going to go halfway through here. That'll get finished in 9 turns with the Pantheon boost, and we will be cruising. Ooh, see, now this changes everything. Because now what you have is a good campus here. And now that starts getting interesting. I think now, because we can't settle here. I think now what you do... See, this is where your plans have to be adaptable. Let's settle it then. 1, 2, 3. I mean, you got to settle on the stone, which isn't super ideal. But you can just shift the Diplo quarter right here. And then the campus right here, that's a +4 campus. So hey, it all works out in the end. It all works out in the end, ladies and gentlemen. If we're going to have this good Diplo quarter, owls might not be the worst for us either. Let's farm this resource that's going to give us this boost. There we are. Only 3 turns left, and we will immediately grab plantations on these cocoa tiles. Ooh, she's sending us a delegation. Hell yeah, sister. Get in here. Get in here. We're having a good time. Oh, get off mysticism. Get off mysticism. Twitch chat reminded me of the strategy I just talked about 6 seconds ago. We're going to get off mysticism now because we are going to get the Pantheon to boost this. So now we can move towards getting halfway through craftsmanship. And by the time that's done, we will have improved 3 tiles and we will get the boost for that, which is awesome. See, efficiency. Thanks, Twitch.
Thousands have lived.
There's 2 tiles. Now we're raking in the cash. We have 249 gold. I think we just buy another builder down here. Why not, right? Let's just buy another builder, work these 2 silk tiles. That's absolutely huge. We're going to do that. We're going to work these 2 silk tiles right away. We can get an industry down here as well, which would be awesome. Next up, I think we need to go for bronze working to get the boost to chop rainforest. We want to put this campus down. We can chop this tile for the oracle already, which is helpful. We can get a campus early on. I think getting the oracle first is more important. So let's go for bronze working. I don't know if we'll kill these 3 barbs, but we might. Daily reminder that I'm awesome. Oh,
Hell yeah, brother.
whoa, Vector Cat's here.
Clickbait stream title FTW I love it.
That's what we're doing. We're recording a YouTube video right now. How to win a science victory turns 1 to 100. We also got a really good start. So things are really starting to roll for us. Part of this is getting a really good start. Like I said, that's very helpful though. So let's grab this second plantation. It's going to start to open up some industry opportunities for us. But that's also going to boost craftsmanship, which is awesome. So we'll grab that. Now we can grab the silk down here as well. We certainly don't need both the cocoa and the silk right now. So we can trade one of them to Jadviga. Or we have 2 cocoa, so we definitely don't need one. She's going to give us 5 gold for 30 turns, which is awesome. So we'll take that. And we have acquired more cashola to add to our kind of accruing treasury here. You love these videos. They were your favorite Civ videos. Heck yeah. That's what we're going for here. That's what we're going for.
Without craftsmanship.
I don't think we need double experience for recon units. We only have 1 of them. We definitely need God King until we get the Pantheon, which we are getting. Let's throw in... I mean, I guess what else you throw in is a Gog, but I don't think we need that either. Building any specialty district is interesting. I don't know if we're going to do that. I think we can grab Early Empire fairly safely, though. We are going to grow... Ooh, we're not going to grow to 6 very quickly. Let's get halfway through Early Empire and see where we're at. I do want that boost. We do have another friend up here to the north, too. We might be getting boxed in pretty quick. We got a good little empire, though. Hey! Glad you haven't found us yet, because you would murder us. We're going to take the same approach with her. We are going to send a delegation. It's all good. Thank you. We're going into a Dark Age, possibly, maybe. I don't really mind all that much. If you're going to go into a Dark Age in any area, the first one's the best one. You know, there's not usually enough cities close to you to loyalty flip anything, so it's pretty fine. Get the quick deals mod. It is awesome. One day. One day I shall. Let's send this builder up for this Oracle chop. All right, Monument is done in Berlin. Now we have some interesting choices. You know, we want to get this district down pretty early. The problem is we want something to chop this campus out. I think getting this campus down early is valuable. We're going to get this campus down before this one because we're going to put the government plaza in the capital. So this builder is fairly valuable, though I'd rather buy the builder. I think in this case, you know, we're building this settler to come down here. I think in this case, it's probably valuable to get 1 more scout. I guess there's nowhere really for that scout to go. We've kind of scouted all of our land for right now. A granary would be helpful as well. Let's just go for the granary for now. We can finish building it later. Let's try and get open borders. Open borders is another thing that makes empires happy. She's going to charge us 13 gold for it. I'm going to wait till we can offer open borders as well. So for now, we'll just take a looky-poo. Quick deals makes Deity feel like immortal. I mean, that's a bonus. We can trade her this silk, though. We have an extra copy. She's got 4 gold for 30 turns to give us. That's a great deal. We'll take it. So we know we're going to get 6 population the second we build this city here, so we can tech out of this and go for state workforce, which I don't think we're going to build this. Because the first district we're going to build is the government plaza. But we're at least getting some of these boosts on our way to our political philosophy here. It sucks that we've only met 1 city-state, though, because that's going to make it hard for that boost. I'm just gonna go for the granary. We know as soon as we get our Pantheon, we're gonna be building the Oracle anyway, so that's fine. All right, we have our Pantheon. Hopefully the Pantheon to give us culture from plantations is here, and Goddess of the Festivals is these Pantheons are meant to be small little bonuses in your game, so feel free to pick the one that applies most to you. The Settler Pantheon is really good. I would recommend staying away from quite a few of the faith-based Pantheons other than Earth Goddess, but mostly just pick the one that you feel best on. They're not meant to be like game-breaking things. You shouldn't live or die by your Pantheon, but the fact that you have 1, 2, 3, 4 early plantations with a 5th and a 6th coming in here, that'll be 5. Right now, that's 4 extra culture, up to 6 extra culture early on. That's a good percentage of our culture. So we are going to go plantations, not pastures. And not pastures, plantations, but Goddess of the Festivals is going to be awesome for us. And there we go. We can finally start building the Oracle, which we're going to build on this tile right up here. We can send an envoy to Valletta. There's no reason for me to do that. I'm going to save this envoy to get the first little bonus from another city-state that we may meet along the way. No wonder she hasn't found us, though. She is busy dealing with barbarians. Ooh! Clutch, we got the early Empire boost, which, it kind of sucks because we were going to get that boost anyway. I would have rather it been the state workforce boost or the political philosophy boost, but we'll go in here for one turn just to snag that up and then head back to state workforce. Snagging that up will give us a chance to switch our policies, which we need right now because we don't need God King anymore. Oracle's going to take 290 production. This chop is going to give us 30. If we wait just a little bit longer, it'll give us more as we get more tech. So let's make sure we're being efficient here. Let's not use this builder charge until we are ready to use that chop and get as many production out of that chop as possible, or as much production as possible. Every day I pray for your soul that you find the wisdom of the Lord. Dude, we're friends, dog. We're friends. Leave us alone. Hey, these barbs are getting mean. These barbs are getting real mean. Like, I think our scout might be dead because zone of control with this slinger here is pretty lame. Now we have another choice. We can go for Pingala. We can keep going through Pingala, which feels pretty good. We can also go for Owls of Minerva. I still want to try to get vampires, although I don't know how I'm going to do that. But I still want to give it a try. I think we can go one more governor title before we have to make a secret society choice, because getting one of the really good secret societies that we know we can get early might be a better choice than waiting for one we may or may not be able to get for a while. I think for right now, getting that extra culture from Pingala is going to be most helpful. As much as I want this extra science, I think we don't need it. We're going to have some good campuses. The first 100 turns aren't about getting as much science as we can at all. They're about economizing, getting set up, and I think this culture helps us more than owls right now. Whoa! The Civ Show's here! Yo! Woo! What's up, Civ Show friends? We're recording a tutorial video. Welcome in. My name is Bradley. We're learning how to win a science game today. Stagmus is here for 10 months. 10 months. What a hero. What an absolute legend. Martin Checkmate is also here. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate you.
This is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Very valid question from chat. Can we use Magnus to improve the chops in our empire? We can use Magnus. I think getting Magnus in and subbing out Pingala isn't worth... I'd rather have more culture and a little less on this one chop than a little more on this one chop and less culture. It's just like it's just more of a vibe thing that I'm feeling right now. If I knew I was chopping out a bunch of tiles right now, I might do that. But most of my games, I feel better having a really good Pingala than really good chops from Magnus. And that may or may not be the exactly correct calculation, but it's the one that feels best for me and the one that I'm comfortable with playing. But feel free in your games to pick up Magnus and get these chops. It's not a bad play at all. It makes perfect sense. Woo! Yo, the barbs, dude. Oh, the horsies are in. This is terrifying. Scythia with 2 horsies here is not great. It's not great, Bob. I think famously, it's not great, Bob, is the way I would describe the situation. So she is also
7 months AIPL, Canalysis, my man.
Hell
Let's go.
yeah, brother.
Thanks, Jake Fish, for the 7 months. Awesome stuff. Glad you're here. Glad you're having a good time. So now we get 34 production. So as we tech through the tech trees, we're gonna get more production here. 29 turns on the Oracle feels high. Can we get a card? I didn't even change out God King like an absolute moron. Hey, look, it's me being dumb again. That was the whole point of doing the thing earlier, but that's okay. We're fine. We don't have the Wonder card yet. That's coming in right now. Corvée is one we want in 2 turns for sure to build this Wonder quicker, so let's do that. Hey, New Year, you seem like a good dude. Thanks, Burley. Thanks, Burley. Appreciate it. I try and be a good dude. So I think this encampment, if we can take this encampment and get vampires, that would be a huge win. If we don't get vampires from this encampment, I'm going to take my chances with Owls of Minerva. It's still really good. You know, getting a lot of envoys is fantastic. We're going to want a lot of city-states on our side if we can get them. The pyramids was taken. What?
Hi, I'm new here. You seem like a good dude.
4 months! Yo. And we got a hype train. Holy smokes. A hype train in a tutorial video. Who'd have thunk it? This isn't ideal with the archer. If we can take this and get vampires, though, we're happy. If we don't get vampires here, we will grab owls, and we'll feel good about that. Hype train! Ladies and gentlemen, this is your conductor speaking. Not only are we learning how to win a science game today, we are learning how to conduct a hype train!
Of a beautiful friendship.
The next thing we want to do is easily go straight for political philosophy. This is where our extra culture comes in from Pingala. You know, when we choose Magnus or Pingala or whatever, what I'm banking on here... YouTube is getting the real taste of the Twitch life. What I'm banking on here is that my extra culture gets me a government faster, which is probably worth it over the chop. So I feel like I made a pretty good choice. But like I said, Magnus is still a great choice. Just not really for me at the moment. Now do I want to save this? Now do I want to save this? Do I save this governor title to try and get vampires here? I don't know if I can take out this archer very quickly. When's our next governor title? It's a hot minute. It's a hot minute.
Everything's under control. Situation normal.
Thank you. 50 bids from Beach Bum. Wow. Kyle's coming in hot with... Timorius is gifting 5. Kyle's gifting 1. We got everyone out here. We got everyone out here tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Much love, much love.
Obi-Wan has taught you well.
Raising Zozo
Kyle_GA gifted a tier 1 sub to Rafaki.
Raising Zozo SG, Spaceman 10, JG Soar, Yorkshire Kiwi.
Everything's under control.
Say
Situation
thank
normal.
you for your new subs. You got the emotes, you got the subsection of the Discord. You're vibing right now. The pyramids have been taken away from us. That kind of sucks, but hey, we weren't planning on getting them anyway, so that's all good. That is the life on deities. You're not going to get very many wonders, so it's good to just focus on the ones you can get. We will settle this city here. Stuff is feeling pretty good. We got 316 gold now. I think maybe purchasing a granary here might be a good choice, just to get this population number up so we can work another production tile. Feel pretty good about that. Takes 4 turns off the growth. Achy Breaky Heart. Oh, that's a Billy Ray Cyrus meme for sure. We'll do it. Oh, Achy Breaky Heart. I get you. Oh, I didn't even rename. I meant to rename this city something else. Okay, we got 2 city. I get it. I get what you're doing. Achy Breaky Heart. Breaky Heart. There we are. What was the other name? Hi YouTube was the other name. I totally forgot to name that. Gotta go to 169, I guess. Nice.
Louis?
El
beautiful friendship.
Hipotero. Welcome in. This one's just hi YouTube. Hello, Twitch. Let's grab a monument here. Let's keep it simple. Extra culture is great. Extra loyalty is great. We like it. We like it a lot. Let's take our chances with vampires. I'd feel pretty good grabbing researcher here. Extra science. So we are going to do that indeed. Policy cards. Get rid of God King. We do not need it. Corvée is going in to help us build the Oracle. Ogog is fine to keep in for now. So we shall. Who was that? Mac Onsta, welcome in. Hello from Argentina. Copa America winning Argentina. Sorry, I had to. Happy to see Messi lifting a trophy, you know? Things you love to see. Messi lifting a trophy. Ooh, we met Venice. Not a first meet, but this is why we saved that envoy, right? Because now we can get the first kind of bit in Venice here, which is awesome. It's definitely been about time for Messi for a while. I think Messi's time has been all the time.
Bronze is the mirror of...
Ooh, open barb camp before or below the scout. Oh, we're not going to get it. Venice is going to get it. Venice is going to get it, and that feels terrible. These barbarians can't heal, so we can just fortify down here. Jadviga's in a standard age. We're in a standard age. I think free inquiry here is great. We're going to be getting a lot of +1s for constructing our campuses and +1s for triggering Eurekas. Heck yeah. I think now it's time to go for these campuses, right? We're going to need them eventually. We do have quite a bit of land to move into. I'm not worried about settling enough cities. Hi, I'm new here. I think you're kind of fun, but why are you always yelling? I can't help it. I can't help it. I just like yelling at people's faces. It's how I converse in real life as well. If we ever go for beers, it's just like I'm just yelling at your face from across like a table. And it's just, I don't even know why. He drinks too much. That's probably it. The good news about Venice actually getting this is it means that these guys may or may not have unlocked vampires already, which is awesome. Because the more people that unlock vampires, the lower your chances are. 36 production, so we're getting a little bit more production here. We want to make sure when we chop, it'll be the last chop, so we can secure it. You want to have a beer with VB? Dude, VBCon Dublin is the second I can travel. VBCon Dublin is going to be a thing if anyone wants to fly to Ireland. Hi, I'm new here. I got you. Oh, it's only 8:30. We got loads of time. I don't know how Anvars is going to cut this into one video, but hey, he'll figure it out. Currency is great. We have a couple commercial hubs we want. Getting this industry is very impressive because we have 2 industries that we can get. So let's go there. Whoa, Lord Snow!
Hype train. Sup VB.
Yo! Sup? What's up with you? How are you doing? Let's buy a builder here to chop out this campus. I don't want to wait 8 turns. I think what we can do, though, we do start needing some units to defend ourselves here. I think... Thanks for the hype train, everyone. I think what we're going to do... I do want this government plaza down pretty quick. Do we need it in the capital? No, what we need in the capital is these districts. I don't think... Because that'll give us the points for Oracle. We still need a builder here, though, to chop these 2 tiles. So I think while we're waiting for the builder... Let's grab a slinger. It's worth having some slingers around. So we're going to try and heal here for a few turns. We do really want to get up towards this barbing camp and try and get the vampires if we can. Now we have a few options. We definitely want Tamaris to be friends with us. Now the problem with this... The problem with sending a trader to Tamaris is we may just be giving her a road to come and murder us, right? Like, if we set up a road here, she might use that road to come and murder us, which isn't ideal. But if we also take a look at the friendship screen, we are above board in general. If we offer her open borders, she'll pay 15 turns. Will that make her happier with us? Yeah, now we're good. I think if we send her this is fine. We still have the barbs to deal with, which isn't fine. But I think being friends with Scythia, if we can, is overall a good idea. We're going to try it. We're going to try it and see how she goes. I'm seeing a river here, and I'm definitely interested in settling this river, so I'm going to come down here and scout this area to see what's settleable and what's not. Obviously, our next settle isn't going to be too far away. Probably up here, maybe over by this floodplains, but definitely not too far in this area where there's no fresh water for us to settle.
Politics is the art of the
What I want is Classical Republic. What I don't think I need right now is Classical Republic. I think right now we're building wonders. I think that's very valuable for us. We can change into Classical Republic after, but 10% production towards the Oracle is going to give us a lot of great person points, which is awesome for us. We want these 15% great person points once we have the districts down, but we don't have the districts down yet, so no reason to go here. I definitely don't want 2 red cards. That feels pretty bad, but Autocracy feels pretty good right now. You know, not great, not terrible. 3.6 Rontgen for those of you who have watched Chernobyl. Let's throw Charismatic Leaders, always the better card over Diplo League. We can start early on Great Scientist points, although I don't think we really need to. I guess what's the first Great Scientist? We're not getting it. An unmet player already has 5 Great Scientist points, so we're a little bit behind the curve here. Just slightly. Slightly behind the curve indeed. I think let's chuck in. Production Awards Builders is interesting. I'm just going to buy the builder, though. Production Awards Sellers is interesting. We'll wait for our Government Plaza to be done. Production in all cities. That's fine. We'll do that. We'll do that. Just get more production in all of our cities. We got stuff to build. Let's grab... We want these industries. 1 industry. We need a builder here to chop industry, maybe? Chop industry. That feels fine, I suppose. Grab the builder here. This slinger is done. We're just going to move the slinger up. Hopefully we can clear this barb camp. We're going to build a wonder for this boost, so let's go military tradition into games in rec for now. We'll go halfway through games in rec and see how we feel. We are going to build this campus. We just got to wait for it to be chopped. So while we're doing that, we can grab at least part of another builder. We'll build another builder here eventually, so getting partway through feels pretty good. I know the actor who played Dyatlov passed away. It's very sad. It's very, very sad. Oh, it's been cleared. Scythia cleared it. It doesn't look like we're getting vampires. That really sucks. That really sucks. Did she take vampires? She took Void Singers. We're going to declare friendship, though. You will not... Oh, you will accept our friendship. Cool. So now we're friends with them. We've successfully navigated that, which is good. But we did lose out. I think we go Owls of Minerva. We're not going to fight with her. We just trade a bunch with Venice and with Valletta and get as many envoys as we can. There's lots of good land over here. It's a Highlands map for you. Kind of setting up a good map for us. Diplo Quarter's interesting. I think we got a lot to get through here. We still don't have archery, which is awesome. Let's get sailing because we never do, and astrology, and then archery. We'll just finish up the kind of early ones here. With a science victory, we do eventually need to start going through to Hansa's. Very, very important. We can start to just kind of move through there. I think that's not a great excuse to not pick up some of these early things that we might want later on, though. Also, they make our chops better, which is important. We're now up to 43 production from the chop. We were at 30 when we started, so obviously a good decision to not chop beforehand. So just gotta wait till 43 is enough to get us over the line. There's the horse that cleared it. Still sucks. Makes sense, but still sucks. Cool. So when you chop, when you guys are chopping, you have a few options here. All right, so when we chop, we want to make sure that the tile is in our city. So we can chop into this builder, and it'll probably finish the builder. Either way, the production from the chop will go into the builder. What if, though, we leave the queue empty? So there's nothing in the queue. And then we chop this right here. We get 43 production here. It goes into the queue, right? So it goes into whatever's there. And since there's nothing there, we can now pick. So this was 3 turns. Now it's 1 turn. We can also build this campus in fewer turns. So let's do that. We're going to put this campus down in fewer turns because we use that chop towards the empty queue. That's a good way to chop on the same tile you're going to put something while still getting the chop to apply to that thing. All right, I'm going to check in one more time. How are you guys vibing with the tutorial experience on Twitch? It's a little bit different. How are you guys doing? Feeling good? It's nice, tutorial is chill, good stuff. The next thing we want to look at is chopping out this tile where we know we want to put our government plaza. We are going to have to start to think about settlers. We do have a little bit of room though, so we don't need to rush through it. I think what we're going to do though is let's buy this tile so we can chop out the government plaza. That's going to go towards the oracle, so we might be able to double chop the oracle here. We could also chop it towards the campus and then swap the tile. We can make that choice next turn. After that, we're going to build an industry here for the production. Hey, we got a delegation. Heck yeah, brother.
It is not that life.
Your delegate Hans. Of course his name is Hans. Learned that city adopted the economic policy natural philosophy. Cool. Thanks, Hans.
Ladies and gentlemen, Hans is a genius. I pay Hans a crazy amount of money. All of your subs go to Hans to give us that absolutely crucial information.
If you ever wonder what I use your sub money for, it's Hans. So now the big question is, do we double chop the oracle or do we chop out the campus and the oracle? So this decision, the best way to do this, if we're getting the oracle and the campus anyway, is obviously best to chop out both. But if we don't chop this and end up losing the oracle, it starts to look pretty bad. Now, both of these chops, 21 production here and 43 production here doesn't equal enough. So we couldn't even double chop it this turn. I think on the whole, I'm gonna swap this tile here. So this chop goes towards this campus and this city here, and we'll just hope we get the oracle anyway. But I think getting the campus and the oracle is valuable. Now we're just gonna swap this tile back so we can put the government plaza in the capital. It doesn't go to Anvars, you want your money back. I mean, not all of it goes to Anvars. I keep some of it. Most of it goes to Anvars, but I keep some of it. We certainly want this campus. We certainly want this Diplo quarter. We're feeling pretty good so far, though. We definitely want this plantation. I think on the whole, though, we could grab this commercial hub early on, which is interesting because it gives us this good Hansa early on here. It gives us an earlier trade route, which is quite nice. We could grab a builder for this Pantheon here, which gives us one, or this plantation, which gives us one extra culture. We could grab the granary, but the granary is something I can buy, right? I can't buy a commercial hub. I can buy a granary. So while that's not always the best reason to do things, what you can and can't buy sometimes factors into this. I think on the whole, we're going to build our settlers in the capital. So I think on the whole, I'm going to grab this commercial hub here. We'll pay the 75 gold, and we'll just start getting that down. And then by the time we unlock the Hansas, this one will already be pretty good, which I think is valuable.
Physician without if bread is the first.
45 production for the chop. 45 production away. We did it.
Yo.
We absolutely did it. Perfect efficiency on the math there. There it is. We got the Oracle. Huge win. So the Oracle plus Pingala with the grants promotion is going to give us a lot of great person points early on. Exactly what you want in your science victory, where you want a lot of great scientists and a lot of great engineers. So that's perfect. Absolutely smashing. Feels good, looks good. Gives us the drama and poetry boost. Oh yeah, gives us a few tiles in the city. Awesome stuff. Now, Corvée can come out. We're not building any wonders anymore. Production towards settlers can certainly go in. Although, let's build the government plaza first before we do that. I think now we can start getting some great scientist points in there. Perfect efficiency. How about Oracle plus Pingala plus Divine Spark? Yeah, we just don't have Divine Spark. Divine Spark is pretty niche, but is useful. And like I said, you shouldn't be living or dying by your Pantheon choice. You should be able to win the game regardless of your Pantheon choice, but it does make it easier if you pick a Pantheon that's going to work for you. But if your whole game is surrounded on like one Pantheon, like it can be for Russia, sometimes it feels really bad when you don't get it. Let's go here just to grab the theater squares. Defensive tactics is really nice. It opens you up to build the wall, or to build the walls at better efficiency with the Limes card here. Getting this governor title is nice. It gives us time to build these two campuses, which we're actively going to be doing. So I think overall that's valuable. Government Plaza is going to go down as soon as possible. Once we get the government plaza and the buildings, then we can start spamming out more settlers. If we didn't have as much space, if we were really tight for space and we needed to get these settlers out before these guys took these cities, then I would start with settlers. But because it looks like we're going to get the chance to get more efficiently built settlers here, I think it's valuable to just not do that right now and just wait for the government plaza.
Louis?
Ty Cow, welcome in.
Of a beautiful friendship.
Still have a few really good options here. I think getting the library is valuable. 4 more great scientist points. These aren't in the Oracle City, so it's not quite as nice. Stonehenge is still available, which is a little bit strange.
I think this is the beginning of a beautiful
Young
friendship.
Traplod. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. We do need this chop as well.
Louis?
We are going to get this
think this
industry.
is the
How many
beginning of a
people are
beautiful
here
friendship.
following right now? There's 82 people here. Welcome in, everyone. So for the science victory, what we're looking for here is these campuses and these industrial zones to be done pretty quickly. We could get this commercial hub done right now. We could go for the library, which is valuable for us. We do need our science eventually. It's turned 60 already. Campus research grants could be valuable as well. There's a lot of choices here. So as long as you guys are aware of all the choices, and as long as you guys, like I mentioned earlier, start picking out the things you know you can't do. Like, I don't need in the Temananki. I don't need Hanging Gardens. I don't need a Spearman right now. And as you just eliminate all of the obviously bad choices, you actually only really get left with some decent choices. And from there, you can usually make some good decisions. I think on the whole, this library is going to be great. We're going to build our settlers pretty efficiently with this government plaza here. Maybe we get Pingala in this area, or Pingala, Magnus to build settlers efficiently here as well. So we'll see. But for now, I think a library is a solid choice for us. Turn 60, and we're not running any, like, we're not even running Better Balanced Start with this. This is like a normal, just a regular Highlands map. And so it is weird that the AI is acting a little bit out of character here. The reason why I wanted to turn monopolies and corporations on. Adler, thank you so much for the follow. The reason why I wanted to turn monopolies and corporations on is actually not for this example here, but I just want to talk about the industry for a little bit. 2 food, 2 production, 1 gold, 1 culture. That's fantastic. But the 2 food, 2 production stands out a little bit to me. What the industries allowed you to do is they give you more option to make good cities early on out of those terrible, like, 6 mercury cities. You know, when you get a desert city that has lots of silver and it's hard to get food in production, right? You're on a bunch of flat land that has mercury everywhere and it's not a really good city, but getting an industry in that city all of a sudden gives you a little bit of food, a little bit of production, and takes what would normally in a game be a terrible city and makes it better. So that's why I think this game mode, regardless of whether you're using it for a culture victory, does open up some interesting choices without breaking the game like Heroes and Legends does. So these industries are valuable. I mean, we already have good cities, so we don't need them, but they do help make bad cities a little bit better and can really help in your early Deity games and just making sure you have 1 or 2 extra decent cities instead of what you would normally get.
May the forces of the poets have been mistaken.
All right, so we've covered everything we need to cover. We have access to everything we need access to. We're going to go straight for Hansas now. Hansas are the bread and butter of being Germany. They're going to kickstart our empire. We don't need any of this stuff in between. This aqueduct will be valuable eventually. We don't need it. These lumber mills will be valuable eventually. We don't need it. Sometimes playing Civ means gunning for the things that are going to help you the most. And right now, Hansas are going to help us the most. So we're going to go straight there without really worrying about harbors, which we don't need, or heavy chariots, which we don't need, right? So sometimes you're going to have to prioritize the things you need. Feel free to not snake up and down the tech tree like you have to get everything. Feel free to just go for the things you need most. And in this case, it's apprenticeship. Now, building 3 mines is going to be tough. I don't think we're going to be able to do that without chops. So we would need like 3 or 4 builders to do that, which isn't very good. So I don't think we're going to be able to do that. Although we do want to build mines around where the Ruhr Valley is going to go. And now that we've revealed iron, we know that we can put this Ruhr Valley here, which is nice. So it looks like we're going to go Owls of Minerva. Eventually. Not yet, but eventually. So choosing Valletta is probably helpful. I mean, Valletta's bonus is pretty bad. Oh boy, what do I do with this envoy? I think into Venice, we're gonna have more commercial hubs than encampments. So I think just at least getting the bonuses from Venice is worth it. There we have it. We have our government plaza down. Now we have some interesting decisions to make. We know we need more settlers. We know we really want to put this campus down because it's a +4 campus. I think what's best to do is to grab this builder, to place this campus down so we start accruing the scientist points with Pingala, then to build the ancestral hall and settlers. It's a bit late, but I think getting the great person points from Pingala is valuable. It's a bit of a risk, though. Getting your settlers this late isn't typically a good idea. We do have a really good set of districts in the capital, though, and 3 really good cities early on, so I'm not too worried about falling behind. I mean, we're already behind because it's Deity. I'm not too worried about being unable to catch up. There is some interesting choices here. I think no matter what, we're chopping this out. Let's get this industry, actually, and then chop this out. Oh, boy. Yeah, we still got heaps of room for the settlers. I mean, we know we're going to want Ancestral Hall to give the production boost towards the settlers, so let's do that as a start. We know we're going to want grants. We don't need grants yet because we don't actually have any great person points to generate. But once we do have them, we definitely want to make sure we already have grants. I'm just going to make sure we have grants. Grants is so important to the way we want to play with Oracle that I want to make sure we have it the second we get this campus down. We'll go Owls of Minerva next time. Cydia will forward settle soon. She will. That's fine. We have room. Right? Like, we don't need... So, part of our victory condition here is that we don't need a lot of cities. We just need a few really high production cities that are giving us lots of science, right? We can also just turtle a little bit, make sure we have good amenities, and get extra science out of these cities. So, I'm not worried about needing 800 cities this game. I think we have a really good setup early on that we don't need as many good cities as you might in a normal game. Ooh, is Vampires still on? Vampires may or may not still be on, ladies and gentlemen. We don't actually know that. We're going to grab the industry there. That's a wild tile now, though.
I think this is the beginning
Chris
of a
Job,
beautiful
welcome in,
friendship.
welcome in. Yeah, we're going to keep this settler here so we can see what's going on. This is the beginning of the forward settle. I don't think she's going to straight up attack us, but she might. Who knows? She's a wild child. Stonehenge is just... We don't need it. We don't need a religion. We simply do not need a religion. This commercial hub is pretty good. It's a +2 right now, but it gives us the option for another trade route. We can build a settler here in 9 turns. Let's do that. And it's not perfectly efficient. We do need more cities, though, and we certainly need more cities before we need a commercial hub right now. So we'll grab a settler here, even without the efficiency of it. I think it's still worth it. We're going to chop this out, absolutely. Yeah, we have some good settles down here still, so I'm not overly worried. We can send the warrior back up to scout in this. Oh, we want the warrior to come down here if there's a barb camp. I want to see where this barb camp is.
No hour of life is wasted. Defense.
We're on turn 69. Nice. Oh, there's the scout, but the barb camp isn't over here. We have to find it. We have to find the barb camp. Oh, but now Owls is here. Now we have to take Owls of Minerva, right? All right, let's chop this into the Ancestral Hall. Now we have to take Owls. I don't think we can delay much longer. There still are some pretty good picks, but I think having the extra government plaza slot is so good. Or the extra economic policy slot. Especially because we're going to need colonization, right? Oh, I want vampires so much more than I want Owls of Minerva, though. Agony. I can't move Pingala south. That's a good call. The whole function of Pingala, though, is to give extra great person points with the Oracle. So moving Pingala negates the whole point of getting the Oracle, which was part of our strategy. That's a good idea, though. If we didn't have the Oracle, that's definitely a good idea. But I think the Oracle synergy is too much to get rid of. I mean, Owls is really good. And it looks like we're going to be able to play most of this game peacefully. Vampire castles are very good for a science victory, but it looks like we'll be good for production without it. Oh, this is a risk. Because if we unlock vampires... What is another good option for us right now? Amani? Interesting choice. Magnus and Liang for builder charges is interesting. I mean, you can see a world where you put Liang in high YouTube and you just keep pumping out builders there. I honestly don't really know what to do here. There's a lot of choices to make. I'm going to put limes in just in case we want to build walls. I think it's a good idea typically. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. In terms of a civic, this is pretty chill. We're just going to go halfway through recorded history because we know we're going to get that. We are getting another governor title at that point in 7 turns or less. Man. This sucks. I'm going to go for Builder Charge Liang. While we see if we can get vampires. Amani's great, though. Amani synergizes really well with owls. Yeah, let's get Guildmaster. Somewhere to buy builders that gives us 4 charges is very valuable. We have lots of chops, lots of mines, and we can't move Pingala, so I guess just chopping and mining out here is nice anyway, especially for apprenticeship. So in 5 turns, we can buy a builder and at least chop, 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 and then another builder to mine, mine, mine. Yeah, that's a good deal. I'll take that. So that scout is gonna die. What I want is the, Can we put a mine here? We probably want to put a theater square here eventually. But we do want 3 mines for apprenticeship. So this can be one of them, and we can just put a theater square on top of the mine later. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. This will be one of the 3 mines. And then, you know what? One of the 3 mines. And then a builder here can chop, chop, mine, mine. Chop, chop, mine, mine. That gets 4 charges. And that gets us what we want. We can chop out the campus. We can get that in 3 turns. So, yeah, we'll build a mine here. Machu Picchu's gone. No worries. We weren't going to go for it anyway. Where is the encampment? I think they cleared it, ladies and gentlemen. I think they've cleared the encampment. All right, now we can get settlers in 4 turns, which is very valuable, even less once we put the card in. I think, though, this 7-turn campus, just to synergize with Pingala, is it. So let's get this campus, and then we can buy the library, and we'll grab a settler right after that. This campus is going to go down, synergize really well with the Oracle and Pingala with grants, which is exactly what we want. I think at this point, though, we got to go for owls. I just don't think we're getting vampires, and I don't want to wait any longer. So we're going to go for owls here. It's a commitment. We're making the commitment. Even if it doesn't end up being the best, even if we could have had vampires, it's okay. You got to pick something eventually. We're going to put the settler card in here, so when we build this settler, we are ready to go. We are going to take out of recorded history because this campus finishing will give us that governor title. How important are theater squares if you get owls and good comm hubs? They're not that important in this game. What we're focused more on is the amount of culture we have, not on whether we have a theater square or any of the great writer points and whatnot, right? Apadana's gone. No worries again. We're not really going for the Apadana. A lot of the early wonders are gone. We got the one wonder we really, really wanted, so that feels good anyway. 1 turn until we can buy our builder that's going to chop, chop, mine, mine. Down here, the market is definitely valuable. certainly want the market. This campus is going to be great eventually. The market giving us a trade route is going to synergize really well with our Owls of Minerva, though, so we definitely want that. Getting a city down here to get this citrus and this gypsum is valuable for the amenities, so this might be a good, interesting city down here. We still have some cities over here we might want to settle, although we don't have too many on the same continent, right? Coming over here to this continent might make Jadviga mad, so we'll have to be a little bit careful. So our settler can't go in the water yet because I've yet to teach them swimming lessons. I think the next best settle is somewhere up here, though. I'm not sure exactly where. This is a pretty decent harbor, although we want commercial hubs instead of harbors. What we could do, though, what could be interesting is if we did a kind of a harbor commercial hub setup with Reyna. You know, you get your harbor here. Where would your city settle go? On the Plains Hill here? So you get you this here, then you get your commercial hub right here. That's a little bit interesting, a +4 and a +5. Then you check your industrial zone right there. It's not a great Hansa, but it gets the job done. I don't think you can put an aqueduct straight across, though, unfortunately. Yeah, Mausoleum City is a good shout as well. Not a terrible plan. Trying to find a way to get the aqueduct and the commercial hub to be effective here. Because with the commercial hub having to go next to the harbor, I don't think you can put the aqueduct straight across. Yeah, no. Nope. I mean, you could do it if you moved the city settle. Han says they get the job done. Absolutely. I mean, it's not the best city. We don't really need this city to be the best. The other option is actually this campus up here. So in that case, instead of the Mausoleum is so valuable for the great engineer charges, though, right? But this campus is so valuable because it's a good campus. In that case, you'd move the settle up here and at least make, not Broadway, and at least make use of this desert tile. This feels pretty disconnected, though. Is that a bad thing? I don't know if that's a bad thing or not. If you could, you'd certainly want your Hansa to go next to the iron. We just don't need this aqueduct, though. It feels kind of like a waste. Yeah, that feels like a waste just to get a +4 Hansa when it was +3 before and we had a way better setup. And now we don't have the Mausoleum play. I think the Mausoleum is better over here, though. I think if we're going to build the Mausoleum, it'll be in this city down here. So I don't think we need the Mausoleum here. I think if we're going to build the Mausoleum, it can be down in this city, which I think is better. How do I want to set this city up then? I like this campus. I really like this campus. Oh, here's what we do. Campus. Aqueduct. To the mountain. Then you check your Hansa on this useless desert tile, and you check your commercial hub on this useless desert tile. And now you've made the most of all your bad desert tiles. And that's not a terrible setup now. Now we've got a little bit of a better setup over here. I'm happier with this. Let's do that. You, sir, are coming up this way. We are pretty close to getting these Hansas available. We can get this 2 turn, instead of buying the builder, we can get this in 2 turns, and that gives us enough gold to buy this library, which is more valuable. So let's get this 2-turn builder to chop, chop, mine, to get the apprenticeship boost. Let's tech out of this because we know we're getting this boost anyway. We can just go into theology. Let's just mark a good campus when we see it. You know, we're always interested in good campuses. Is Chop Chop Mine Mine related to the patented Take Take Win? It is not, but it can be. The patented Take Take Win, that was a fun strategy. I enjoyed that strategy for sure. This trade route now should probably go to Valletta because we want our envoys, right? We don't have the route here to Venice, which kind of sucks, but we have Owls of Minerva now, and if we're not trading with city-states, it's a little bit inefficient because we want those envoys to come through. So let's do that. Let's trade with Valletta. That's going to give us an envoy there, which will eventually be helpful. Ooh, a goodie hat. So a goodie hat leads me to believe no one's visited down here, which means this whole space is kind of ours to take. We don't want to have too many cities in this game. We're on one continent, and we don't have a lot of amenities to work with, but this is enough for us. I reckon we can win this game with 5 cities. We're going to try and do it with probably 7. But I reckon we can win this game with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cities. I think we could probably win it. So I'm feeling pretty good early on here. Chop, chop, mine, mine! Yeah, these 2 tiles? Yeah, these 2 tiles. Cool. Done and done. Feels great. Do we need any of these wonders? I don't think we do. Let's not. Let's go for the commercial hub here. Yeah, we want those trade routes pretty badly. We'll go for that commercial hub early on. Feels good. Sorry, Ozdemir. I don't have the game details. I did go over it at the beginning of the stream, though. We met Void Singers. Interesting. What did we get from our goodie hut? I don't even know. Obviously, nothing overly important because I didn't freak out. The world didn't end. We are 10 turns away from a Dark Age. I don't think we're going to hit a Dark Age. We're certainly not hitting a Golden one, but I'm not too fussed. We have 10 turns to find 3 era score. One of them can just be found by purchasing a boat, or 2 of them can be found by purchasing a boat. So I remain wholly unconcerned. One more turn into apprenticeship before it's boostable, which we're going to boost with the Chop Chop Mine Mine strategy. So now we're going to really... Oh, there's the 3 era score. Anyway, from building a good campus. That's awesome. We definitely want the campus adjacency. Let's get that in right away. 7 science here is more valuable to us than the great scientist points, because what we can do now is we can just buy the library, which is going to be awesome. Now we're going to start really collecting great scientist points between the 2 campuses, the 2 libraries, the Oracle, Pingala with grants. We have a strategy that's collect a lot of great science and great engineer points. We're executing that strategy. 3 cities at turn 79 is not the best, but we have a good strategy that we're working with, and we're not under immediate threat, so I'm still feeling pretty good about it. Next up is Reina. Now, where do we want Reina to go? I still like this city for Reina, although I'm going to like this city for Reina more once we get the harbor. Victor is always a good shout. Getting Magnus isn't a terrible idea either. We do have lots of chops in this area. Maybe getting Magnus and Hi, I'm New here isn't too terrible. You know, we haven't got Magnus in a while. Let's do that. That feels pretty good. The patented Chop Chop Mine Mine. Are these the tiles all in this city? Yes, good. So we're going to chop mine. The settler's going to come through really quickly. Let us see how many great scientist points we earn that turn. Are we above 5? We're going to get this great merchant, which is awesome. We certainly want this great engineer. Hopefully we can grab that for wonder construction. Although I guess we don't need Emotep that badly. Great scientist points, 10. We're now at 10 per turn. You know, Jadviga's at 9.2, which is very impressive. But now we've immediately hit 10 great scientist points per turn, which is just awesome for us. We're living the dream right now. Grow a city to 10 population probably isn't happening, but I certainly do want alliances here as quickly as possible, so we'll just rush this. If you know a boost isn't going to happen, that's okay. You don't need it to happen. Let's grab this Valletta Suze for the era score. That's going to give us a little bit more vision as well. It's just nice to have a Suze. It's not one we're going to particularly use, but it's nice to have. We can tech out of this now because we know we're going to boost this. Next up, let's go harbors into our Diplo quarter. We want these harbors so we can... we need shipbuilding to allow... We're going to go shipbuilding first because we want our settlers to be able to go over water. So shipbuilding into... Ooh. Shipbuilding into walls, into harbors, into Diplo Quarter is our order here. Done and done. Now, because we have Ancestral Hall, we're going to get a free builder every time we settle a city, which is great. That allows us now to come up and grab this iron, which is going to be good for trading. Does Jadviga want our horses? I should have been more on top of this. Do you want our silk too? She does want our silk. 9 gold for 30 turns. Be on top of your trades, folks. I haven't been perfectly on top of mine, but we're feeling pretty good. Now let's go 20 here. 20? Can I hear 20? Can I hear 20? 3 gold for 30 turns isn't too bad. I don't want to give them to Scythia because she might kill us with them. And then a monument, just like normal. Yeah, I'm gonna look elsewhere in the future. I don't want to settle near her again for a while. My next settle is going to that other city down where the mausoleum's gonna go. I give her 30 Diplo favor. She could... No, that's a terrible deal. I don't need gold, mate. I got lots of gold. We're getting 42 gold per turn. We're fine. Yeah, you're going to come down here and then cut across once we get shipbuilding done in 5 turns. I think we grab another settler. We want to get our cities down as soon as possible. We certainly want a city up here. Floodplains aren't the best. Gives us a few dammable tiles, though. Definitely want our settlers done. Now that we've built the government plaza, that was kind of the whole point of getting them, right? Moderate flood as well, making the tiles look sexy. Hell yeah. We're going to go right into Venice now. What we really need to do is actually get this fog of war done. We might actually send a scout up there soon if we can. So that was chop, mine. Now we just need chop and then mine, and then that'll boost the industrial zones. Or the Hanzas. And there we go. We built the mine on the iron. We don't even need this mine. Awesome stuff. Cool. Now what we can do is after this settler, we're going to build this Hansa right away. More for just the immediate great engineer points than anything else. Will I try to conquer Valletta? Nah. So Valletta we can conquer it. I don't really need this road. I'm going to be able to travel over the ocean. Also, Valletta is on a bad set of tiles. It's not a very good thing to take. It's not a very good city, right? So if I take Valletta, all I'm doing is like creating more amenity needs for myself. And I don't actually have a reason to take Valletta. Ooh, Gaul's here. Yo. What's up, Gaul? You sexy, sexy boy. What's up, dude? Same strategy with Gaul as everyone else. Send a delegation. Try and make him happy. Do all the things. Let's get open borders here. What's up, dude? I will pay you 12 gold for that. That'll make him happier. That'll allow us to see what he's doing. Do I still want this mine? I do still want this mine, because it gives us more Ruhr Valley later. But hey, what I think if I have this extra charge now and I don't need it for the mine, let's grab this plantation for the culture, because it's our whole pantheon, you know? You know, you feel? You feeling me? Early on, probably this Hansa. It's a pretty terrible Hansa early on. It's a 0 Hansa. We don't have an aqueduct yet either. I don't really know what to do with this builder then. You could chop out the aqueduct tile. I mean, a lumber mill here doesn't feel too bad either. We don't have lumber mills yet, though. Let's, like, see about chopping this. 1 turn till Magnus is in here. We'll buy a builder in the Liang city to chop around here. Your lands are quiet and peaceful and weak. Just you wait. Just you wait. Yeah, we're gonna get this plantation, gives us the extra culture. Good stuff. This settler is gonna head into this area. I don't know exactly where I want to settle, but anytime you can settle on a Plains Hills, it usually feels pretty good. We don't need a harbor here because we are going to have our commercial hub right here as well with our dam. So I think you could just go right here. Now the only tile you can dam is this tile down here, which actually works out. You dam this tile, commercial hub this tile. So you settle here. You dam this tile. You commercial hub this tile. And now you have a wicked awesome Hansa. +7, heck yeah. And then we'll put a campus somewhere in there. Hey, Adam Zero, how's it going? We'll put a campus in there somewhere.
Obi-Wan has
Ooh, 3 months!
Adam0236 gifted a tier 1 sub to Pyroclasm239.
That's a gifted sub. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. We definitely want a friendship with Tamaris to continue. We're going for alliances to double continue. There's a lot of value in alliances for us this game. We'll talk about it when we get there. There's also a lot of value in us scouting out the opposition tiles. What that does is allows us to search those tiles. If you search like for hills, or a wonder being built or something, it's only going to show the tiles you can see, right? It's not going to show us anything on the tiles we can't see. So if someone's building a wonder and we want to know about it, we actually have to see those tiles, which is great. I do want to start to think about buying a scout as well. I do want to get this route to Venice so we can see what's over there, because we do want a trade route there. 1 turn till the settler can come across. Feels good. We are 3 turns and 5 era score away. If we can get close, I might buy a galley here. We should probably buy another trader, though, once this market comes in, but we'll see where we're at. I don't think I want to chop this out yet, but we do need to chop this out. Let's just sleep this builder for now. We'll see how we go in a few minutes. Ah, really? A barb? You're going to do that to me right now? You're going to give me a barb right now? When my settler is trying to settle our cities?
I cannot imagine any.
Great Library's gone. No worries. We don't need the Great Library for our win condition here. We might have to upgrade this guy to an archer to deal with the barbs, unfortunately. We definitely want a builder down here. So we're going to buy that builder in... Oof. The trader is pretty valuable, though. We're going to buy that builder over here so we can get 4 charges on it. And then you're going to come over here and chop these 2 with Magnus. You can build a trader, though, can't you? Yeah, 6 turns for a trader. That's not too terrible. Feels good. This settler is going to come right across. The settler was going to come up here, but barbs. So let's not. I give you 8 iron. You give me gold and stuff. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Each of us is carving a stone.
You're going to settle. I think I want to work this citrus. I think you're just going to settle in the middle tile here. Although... must be built adjacent to a harbor district. Now that's the problem, isn't it? Because I think Mausoleum gets built on land, not in the water. It does get built on land. So... I think we need to settle on the gypsum then. So we get the harbor, we get the Mausoleum here, and then we just work these tiles with a builder. So you're just going to settle here then. That's the only way we can get this Mausoleum, and we'll just buy out to the citrus. We're going to need to claim our first Great Merchant Green. 100 Faith. A free copy of the Luxury Resource is very valuable. I think getting this Great Merchant is also very valuable because we can use it as a scout. You'll never guess what we'll be able to do here. We'll be able to send it up towards Venice if we want as a scout. What I definitely want to do is actually send it to another continent, though, and try and get a resource we don't have, like tobacco, because we don't have that on our continent. So gaining access to a resource we don't already have access to is the most valuable for us. So we're going to try doing that. This builder is moving across here. Do we want this Hansa right away? That's kind of the next question. My immediate answer is probably yes. It's already a +6. We want those great engineer points. We just need another builder to get it. It'd be quicker for us to buy a builder than to wait 6 turns. So until that, I think we build walls, and walls are going to give us the boost for engineering here, which I think is worth it on the whole. All right, we didn't get the Golden Age. That's totally fine. We don't need the Golden Age. The Hansa gets built for 4 era score, though. I just don't think we need the Golden Age for now. We'll save it for another age. That's fine. I think Free Inquiry is still where we want to go. We don't have enough faith for a Monumentality Golden Age, so I think we don't need to worry about it. And we'll move on with our lives. We're on turn 88 now. feeling good. Things are starting to come together for us. A workshop is very valuable here because it gives us more great engineer points. We should be cruising now. We got 0. Next turn, we'll have some on the board. Next turn, we'll have some on the board. This commercial hub is great because it makes our Hansa better. We don't need walls here because walls can go up in Heidelberg instead. The Great Bath is still available. What on earth are these? What is the AI even doing this game? Where are they? What are they building? What are the great people up for grabs? I don't mind Galileo here. She's still getting 12.6. She's still... People are getting quite a bit of great science points. 9. 16 for Scythia. Holy smokes. This isn't one we need, though. So we don't need to go for the research grants right now. Although we do need to kind of push the tempo to the end of the great scientist tree to make sure by the time we need them, they're there. I think the workshop is just what we're going for right now. I just don't think we need that many settlers at the moment. Yeah, we have Magnus here. We have Magnus here for surplus logistics as well as just to chop this stuff out right now. The early Diplo quarter is going to synergize very well with Owls of Minerva. Don't really care about the religion game. Ooh, yeah, let's choose... Let's choose trade city-states. I'm just going to put 1 into it because I know that we're going to eventually trade with Venice. And there we got it. Trade city-states, awesome stuff. We now have harbors available to us, which we'll need over in this gypsum city, which is great. I'm feeling pretty good about this, guys. I'm feeling pretty good about this. We're going to want to chop both of these tiles, so we can start here, and then we'll chop we'll put the campus down first. We'll put the campus down first for sure. This is going to be our next city over here. We'll probably settle one of the fissures by the fresh water. We can also get a free unit here, which will be helpful.
The taxpayer.
There we have alliances. Now, alliances are going to be valuable for a few different reasons for us here. The first thing they're going to be valuable for is giving us this alliance score. As we have alliances for a longer period of time, we're going to get more and more options for trade routes. We're going to get more and more abilities through those alliances. It takes some experience to find out what those alliances are, or what those abilities are as you get through each type. But mostly what we want is to make sure that these guys aren't going to attack us and that we're actually going to be like BFFs. So right now, Scythia has quite a few more techs than us. So it's worth it for us to be in a research alliance with her. So eventually we can start building some of her techs on a bit of a discount. Now by that time we might have eclipsed her in science and it might not be worth it, but she's researched 25 techs. We've researched 15, so she has 10 extra technologies, right? Also, it allows us to trade with her. Now, we have to run into some inefficiencies here, because if we trade with her to get extra science, we're not trading with city-states for Owls of Minerva. So that can be a little bit of a problem as well. So we are trying to balance a few different things here. We definitely want some kind of alliance. A military alliance would be interesting. I think a research alliance is great for later on, but the alliance level counts up anyway. I think for now, let's go for a cultural alliance. That way when we settle near Scythia, we don't have that, if we settle near her again, we're not going to have that penalty for loyalty. So let's get a cultural alliance with Scythia here. And then with Jadwiga, let's grab an economic alliance maybe, just to get the alliance on the board. Will you pay for it? 18 gold, sure. I just want to get these things counting up, you know? In our culture tree, now we're starting to think about our second government. I think on the whole, Merchant Republic works very, very well for us. I think what we're going to do now is actually switch in to Classical Republic for the Great Person points. We don't need the Wonder production anymore. Maybe that change could have been made a while ago, but we're still feeling pretty good about it. I think going Autocratic Legacy feels pretty good here. We're going to get a few of all of the different types of yields, and that feels great. Settler production can stay in. We are going to build more settlers, so still feeling good. Ooh, I don't have open borders with her. We definitely want open borders with her. Ah, we're good. We do have open borders. We have 61 Diplo favor. We don't need our Diplo favor for a whole lot, so if we can sell that for a little bit of gold, that might be worth it for us. Ah, she doesn't want it. Maybe she can't afford 61. Maybe she can't afford 61. That's not a very good deal, though. How about Gaul? You know, Gaul we want to make happy. Maybe a favorable trade deal will be helpful. What about 40? What do you give us for 40? Ah, she doesn't have a lot of gold, so we'll wait on that. We shall wait on that. We're definitely going to want this Hansa right here. To do that, though, we also definitely need a builder to chop that. We said we were going to buy the builder, and I said that was going to be more efficient. We still need to wait 2 turns for that. Go 2 turns into the market while we're waiting. Ooh, Gaul's got the pyramids and Machu Picchu. That's wild stuff. Absolutely wild scenes, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Hamburg is down. We have Hamburg. It's not a very good city, but it's a city that's going to do the trick for us. We do... Oh, I really want to buy this citrus tile. 90 gold. I got to get that builder first. I got to get the builder first. It's got to happen. We have Magnus here to make these chops a little more efficient, so let's do that. Now we have this trader. What I want to do is trade with Venice. And I don't want to trade with Valletta, because if we trade with Valletta right now, it'll gain an extra tile. I don't think it'll grow too out towards the citrus, but I don't want to tempt it. Yeah, I want to be efficient and trade with Venice here. Let's send this up to Heidelberg. We don't have a scout to head up there, though, unfortunately. Oh, man, this kind of sucks, to be honest. Because I don't want to not have the trade route for a while, either. We don't quite have the Diplo quarter yet. We're going to get it next turn. I think we want to put this campus down first, though. So let's grab a granary here for 3 turns. That'll help us grow a little bit more.
Without mathematics, there's nothing.
Stonehenge has been built, ladies and gentlemen. Took a minute. We want to head towards these aqueducts now. We have a few aqueducts down that are... Their only purpose is to make the Hansas better, but they get built pretty quickly. You know, we have one right here that we're going to need. We have one right here that we're going to want pretty soon for both of these Hansas, so let's make sure we're doing that. I mean, do I just waste this chop? 5 turns. I'm going to waste this chop and buy a scout to go see Venice. I'm going to waste this chop and buy a scout to go see Venice. I really want these great engineer points as soon as possible. And I want to make sure we can trade with Venice. So I'm going to hold that trade route for a few turns till we can do that. Next turn, we can settle this city here. Gdansk has gone down, so this will be our final city out this way, I think. That also leaves us with room to buy the citrus tile that we were humming and hawing about, so we'll head there and grab that. Yeah, we're gonna trade. Oh, this is such a good trade too. 2 culture, 1 science. I want the envoys from Venice though. We kind of laid our we made our bed with Owls of Minerva, and now we are going to lie in that bed. Heidelberg is interesting. We have a few things we want to put down. Can't really put down any of them yet. 22 turns for a campus feels pretty absurd. It's going to get better as we grow and we get some lumber mills down. We have a couple of 2-2 tiles as well, so I think the +4 campus. This is a science victory, so we are trying to economize for science whenever we can, and I think that's worth doing right there. Was that our 5th city? 6th city down. 6 cities by turn 100 is slow, but it's not super slow. We've made a lot of progress in the last 15 turns in settling cities that I'm quite proud of, actually. You know, we've really gotten back into this game in terms of the amount of cities we're settling and the amount of time we're settling them. We definitely want to chop this out here. That's going to allow us to put this campus down in 8 turns, which feels pretty good. And then we will lock the Diplo quarter in after that. For those of you who don't know how locking in districts work, if you lock the district in, so you put it in the queue and then you actually get it so it takes over the tile here, That locks in the number of production. So it locks it in here at 89 production. So no matter how much farther we get into the game, it's never going to cost any more. And then I can come back and build this anytime. But you have to actually lock it in on the tile, just if you're not aware of that strategy. Lumber mills are going to be a huge feature here. I do want the crabs for the gold at some point. We have to, I mean, a farm triangle here also pretty good. I think we might work towards the farm triangle here in this city. 90-90. Okay, that's fine. No, we're waiting until we can get Venice. We're waiting for Venice. It's like 3 more turns away. We're still waiting for it. Would you like cocoa, good sir? Do you have cocoa? You do not have cocoa. You have salt. Let's make a trade. Salt for cocoa. That's going to give us more amenities. Give him more amenities. What a trade. What a stormer of a trade. Everyone wins.
Normal people believe that
all right, 6 turns away from turn 100 is interesting here. Ironworking. I think we want to go for universities pretty quickly. I do like ironworking, and we should get it. Construction is also important. Let's go construction into universities. We need to get universities as fast as possible. We have 67 gold per turn, which means we're going to be able to buy most of our universities, which is an awesome little power spike for us to hit. Now, I wonder if she's going to come and try and kill us with warriors. She's a little bit ahead in science, but not so far ahead I'm scared about it. But enough ahead that it is a little bit sketchy. I think we can probably settle another city over here on this lake area. That might be smart for us to do. And we have the workshop now. Let's grab one more settler. Well, we have the ability to build settlers quickly. We might as well. How many great engineer points are we getting per turn? We're getting 6.9 per turn. Nice. 11.5. I mean, these guys have so many great scientist points. We're still not really ahead there at all. So we have to work on our great scientist points a little bit, but we haven't missed any of the good great scientists yet, so we're not overly fussed about it. Oh, one more turn until we can trade with Venice. We're trying really hard, Venice. Hey! And we still can't trade with Venice? How many tiles are you away? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15! What do you mean we can't trade with Venice? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have to go around a route. 1, 2. Why is it going this way, though? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm counting 15 tiles. Oh, what a waste of time. What an absolutely colossal waste of time. I have no idea why we can't trade with Venice. We have a trading post up here. Maybe we just need the vision around the trading post. I think we're going to have to explore above here. This is still such a waste of time anyway now, but whatever. We're committed to wasting the time. This Hansa's down. That's going to be great for us. Let's grab the market real fast for another trader. Synergizes well with Hours of Minerva, yada, 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 yada. We've talked about that a lot. Lumber mills are coming in. We're going to want one of them. We're going to want a campus here, maybe. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. How do I want to approach this? We can't get these horses anymore. Gdansk bought them out. Lame. I think these lumber mills make a lot of sense here. Ooh, we're going to get a kill with the slinger. Awesome. Turn 96 archery boost. Good stuff. Getting a little bit of culture from that plantation there still feels pretty good. 303 gold. Do I buy another builder here? Four builder. I don't think we need one at the moment. Let's save it for buildings, possibly. Although a builder up here, we already have one, though. Do we want to move Magnus up for this chop? I think we do. Let's move Magnus up to Heidelberg to maximize the chops we're going to get here. Governor title, we definitely want vertical integration. The city receives bonus production from all nearby industrial zone buildings with regional bonuses, not just the first. Obviously fantastic to have. We don't need to head down here yet, though. We still have one build charge left. I think getting rid of the marsh is the next best play. Can't believe I have to walk around here to make the trading post work. Blah. Blah. We need to find... There's still 2 more people on this map, too. We're getting lumber mills next turn. That's going to feel pretty good. Yeah, we have to go around here for the trading post. Oh, it's so lame. So lame. Oh, no! We got the 1 kill, but now we're under siege. Run! Run, Jan Slinger. I apologize if you die. If you die, I apologize sincerely. Let's get a lumber mill over here. If you die, I apologize sincerely. I do want this tobacco. We don't need it right now, though, so let's use the Great Merchant. Ooh, the furs is good, too. We're going to use the Great Merchant as a bit of a scout while we wait. No, don't hurt me! Don't hurt me! We're running away. Now that we've gone for these lumber mills, that's fantastic. Earning a great scientist gives us this boost. Are we even close? We're getting closer. Increases trade route capacity by 1. So this is awesome for us. That's something we want to do. We definitely want this great merchant. Let's increase our trade route capacity by 1. Trade routes to the city provide +2 gold to both cities. That's pretty good as well. So let's make sure we are doing that. Now we have an additional trade route. So if we can send 2 trade routes to Venice, that would be great for the double envoys. I think this settler just sits right above here. I think this is a great settle for us. Lots of hills, lots of district slots, a 3-2 tile to work right away. It's not the shiniest city ever. We could settle more in the middle. We could settle more in the middle and build an aqueduct, which I wouldn't be against either. We could settle more in the middle and build an aqueduct. I like this settle a lot, though. We'll plan out this city in a hot minute. I really do. What I like here is the potential synergy down here. Right? Because then you just have a good theater square and you have a good Hansa. Like if you settle right there, you just shove your Hansa across this way and it automatically becomes pretty good. You don't have to work too hard on it. At some point, we're going to want some theater squares, though, and the Oracle's a good kind of a bounce off for that. The other thing to consider, too, is you could then put an entertainment complex right here. And while it's not the best entertainment complex, it gives you 2 decent theater squares. And if you don't want this theater square here, it might give you a theater square here and a Coliseum right here if you're really vibing. If you're feeling really good, it might give you a Coliseum here. I don't know if that's been built yet. I don't think it has. So, I mean, that's not terrible either. Because we don't want to ignore culture. Part of going for the science win is we're not completely ignoring culture. We still need it, right? There's a lot of good stuff in the tree. We just don't need tons of it, right? It doesn't need to be our sole focus early on. I think that's a good little setup for us. I feel pretty good about this. We're at turn 98, 2 more turns till turn 100. The Great Bath is still available, and that's still interesting. Ultimately, I don't really think it matters, though. Ancient walls, nah. Let's grab this commercial hub. Let's grab the commercial hub. It's going to give us another trade route. It's going to make this industrial zone better, which is what we want, so let's do that. All right. Next turn, hopefully I can trade with Venice. I'm gonna use this great merchant until we find all the other civs, and then we'll come back and grab. And then we'll come back and grab a resource with it. can do with this builder right now. I suppose a farm triangle is the next best thing to do. I mean, we desperately need some food here or something. Settler production can come out for now, although I still value it in general. I think it can come out for now. We're building settlers pretty quickly anyway without it. And so I think the housing is nice. I think the 2 gold from all trade routes will be interesting. Serfdom is pretty huge, actually. I think getting serfdom in here and grabbing a few builders might be something I'm interested in. You know, getting some 6 charge builders in the Liang city might be nice. Oh, next turn. Next turn we can trade. Next turn we can trade with Venice. I'm working on it. Two trade routes there. Oh, get out of here. Hey, look, it's me being dumb again. We don't like Eleanor. We are not fans. At least she's far away from us. She's far away from us, and it's English Eleanor, so it's fine. We're not too upset. She's far away from us, and it's English Eleanor, so we will send a delegation. We will at least try to keep her happy. I am not a fan of doing anything that Eleanor likes. Can I please trade with Venice now? Hooray! We can trade with Venice, and... oh, we're getting 2 envoys for this trade route, because that's its quest. So we're getting 8 gold here. So that's 2 envoys into Venice because of Owls of Minerva. Now we're 3 envoys into Venice because of Owls of Minerva. What good synergy with our trade routes. Now we're just 1 envoy away from being the suzerain of Venice, which would be huge for us. And that'll synergize nicely with this Diplo corridor we're building. So we are, as you can see, the gears are turning here for this science victory. We're doing really well. We'll just get this harbor. It's going to take forever to build. It's going to take forever to build whenever we build it. It's not important other than it gives us the mausoleum, which is what we want. Oh, God. Okay, well, we've met her. We can come back and get the furs now. Or just go here and get the furs. That's fine. Although if we don't need the furs, let's just keep scouting. Let's just keep scouting. What am I talking about? We don't need the furs right now. Let's get open borders. Pay 8 gold for it. Let's keep scouting. It'll make her a little happier as well. Ooh, she has a different secret. Does she have vampires or something? She might have vampires or something. I don't even know. I don't even know. Does she have vampires? No, you're... who are you? Who are you getting? She has Void Singers, which makes a lot of sense for her. Anyways, that's going to do it for this video. That's going to do it for this video here. Thank you guys on YouTube so much for watching this video. This was the first 100 turns of a science game. I think some of the important takeaways here are that early on, you're not really trying fully to economize for science just yet. What you're trying to do and what you're attempting to do is kind of plan and get your empire set up. And I think we've accomplished that goal really nicely here as we head towards turn 150, which will be our real heavy economy zone here. Is the next 49 turns up until 150, we will really start to kind of dive in and economize our empire, really try and increase all these yields and actually catch up with the AI. Right now we're behind the AI, and that's fine. We're playing on Deity, but what we want to do is catch up. How we kind of got here is we set up the map. It's good for us. You know, we're not playing with any mods that affect the game. No better balanced start, nothing like that. We picked a good civ. We picked a good map type. We rolled. This is the first one we got, and that was awesome for us. Or it's the second one we got, sorry. So re-rolling till we have a pretty good start is a good strategy. And now we just have to execute it, and we're feeling pretty good. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something in this video. That's hopefully the point. If you did enjoy it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, let us know what you thought in the comments, and stay tuned for our next video, which will be turns 100 to 150 of this science victory. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Guys, that was fun. Thank you guys so much for watching that on Twitch. Frederick, turn 100. Thank you guys so much for watching that. I don't normally film my tutorial videos on Twitch, but I hope you guys had fun kind of getting the behind the scenes look about how I go about recording my videos. So we will be doing all of these on Twitch. We'll just record them all on Twitch if you guys are vibing with them and having a good old time. Let's head for a raid. Stick around for the raid. It's nice to send a raid someone's way. Let's go raid Sophie. Sophie's playing something. I don't know what she's playing. Sophie is a historical streamer. She sometimes plays Civ, but plays games based in history and kind of learns the history along with her audience. She's a fantastic streamer. A really nice, chill kind of stream you can have on in the background while you're doing what you're doing. So let's go say hi to Sophie. She's fantastic. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Cheers, guys.